They threw one in the press box last week. Well, brother, you ready?
I'm ready.
Good evening, Rattlers fans. This is Bob Kingpin Harris, and sitting in for Andrew the Hammer Nordmeyer, who happens to be on a beach in Hawaii right now, is Cameron Legge. Cameron, how you doing, man?
Great. I'm happy to be here and filling in for the one and only Hammer.
Yeah, the one and only Hammer. I want to give our friends Hammer. Hammer, I asked you today if you were wearing your grass skirt, and hopefully you are. But, Cameron, tonight we have a good game planned. We actually have, they're playing a good team with the Gladiators, a team that's 6-3, going against our Arizona Rattlers, who right now are 8-2.
Absolutely, 8-2 has a real ring to it. First place in the West Division. This is a battle of two division leaders, and we'll see how it plays out on the turf tonight.
And what do you think? You've done some studying now on this game.
Yes.
What are you looking for here? I mean, they are without one of their major key players.
Yeah, Troy Bergeron did not make the trip tonight. He's on the practice squad for the Dallas Cowboys, so he was going to be a big factor in this game, but did not make the trip because of an injury last week. I look for the number 3 scoring offense for the Rattlers to go against the number 1 scoring defense of the Gladiators. That's going to be the matchup to watch. Cleveland really likes to slow the game down. Coach Guy talked about their style of play on defense to limit possessions to about 10 a game. So we'll see what kind of the offense or the defense, who's going to win out tonight.
And, let's talk about last night's games, because they can actually put some separation here in this division, because what you have is, Utah lost last night.
Yes, they did.
By what, 2 points?
2 points in Iowa. Tommy Grady threw an interception with about 55 seconds left, and Iowa closed it out. 3-17, beating a team that was right on the sort of heels of the Rattlers in the division. 5-5 now for the Blaze, and here's a chance to pick up a half game on the Blaze tonight.
And let's just do it. What the Rattlers have to do is keep on winning, because you got a team. It's kind of interesting that you have a team down south in Jacksonville who came in here the first week, and the Rattlers beat them.
Yes, they did.
But now they actually, if you look at it, they actually have the best record in football.
Right. Ever since then, they haven't lost, so they're really on top of their game. And the Rattlers, let a couple get away and 1-point losses, so it's time to make up the difference.
What are they right now? Are they actually 10-1?
They're 9-1.
9-1.
They're on a bye this week,
okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Well, what the Rattlers have to do is keep on winning. It was kind of disappointing last game when they did play Chicago and they lost. And our own Hammer actually wrote me the other day and said that Chicago actually had 11 men on the field.
Yeah, I did hear that.
And at the end, which of course the refs didn't pick it up. What they were doing was coming out there to see if they had a better look of the field goal that Scotcha was trying to make for us, but unfortunately it didn't happen. As the lights go out here in U.S. Airways Arena.
The snake pit just got real dark.
Yep. I thought we had water up here, but we don't. So it's okay. Don't worry about that. All right, well, now we're going to go to the introductions. And we will listen in so you can hear the noise of, what is this place called?
The Snake Pit.
And it scares the shit out of me as always. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we're on the internet.
Yeah, right.
Why is it taking so long tonight? Oh, here we go. We got a gorilla, yeah.
Defensive end from Wisconsin, number 6, Vince Hill. A linebacker from Massachusetts, number 98, Kyle Harrington. A linebacker from Cincinnati, number 20, Kevin McCullough. Defensive lineman from North Carolina, it's number 94, Tyree Lynchburg. A defensive lineman from Wisconsin, number 77, Anton Hawthorne. And a defensive lineman from Troy, number 70, Marcus Pittman. Assistant coaches Connie Kawhi, Cy Burley, and Lamar Smith. The head coach of your Arizona Rattlers, Kevin Guy. Colors for tonight's game are presented by the East Valley Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 1 and 111. Now to honor America, the Rattlers ask that you please rise and please remove your hat as we present the playing of our national anthem performed this evening by Dr. Jesse McGuire.
And that was Jesse McGuire, who is an icon, here in the Valley of the Sun.
Yeah, always a fantastic performance.
Well, we're about ready to get this show on the road.
This is it, the big battle between the Eastern Division leaders and the Western Division leaders. Little coast-to-coast action.
So what do you think? Man, I'm getting a lot of, man, I got to shut that thing down. Hopefully I'm not sounding too bad for you folks out there, but we got the Gladiators going. Yep.
So yeah, we have the Gladiators here. As I said earlier, the Rattlers have the third-ranked scoring offense in the league. Cleveland has the number one scoring defense in the league, which is, a main factor in tonight's game. They're really going to battle it out, and that's going to decide the game. The Rattlers defense, shifting over to that, they have lead the league with 23 interceptions on the year, which is obviously tops in the league. Also, Arizona has a plus 16 turnover margin. That's where they're really winning ball games. So that's going to be a big thing to keep taking care of the ball.
And that is the thing, and that's been one of the things that has gotten the Rattlers in a little bit of trouble this year. Not too much. One of the things, of course, that they've been good is that they've taken away more. For takeaways, they've taken away more from the other team than they've given up. But
right.
I think tonight, you're playing a very good team. You can't afford to make the mistakes.
Not at all. And Cleveland only has 12 turnovers on the season, so they're really taking care of the ball. And in 2 games, they had 7 turnovers, and they lost both those games. So
let's see who gets the. Let's see who's going to get the. Did Cleveland did Cleveland win the toss?
Arizona won the toss and deferred.
Okay.
Cleveland chose to receive the ball.
Which is usual.
Which is an automatic.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this crowd mic down. I'm getting a lot of bad feedback from it. I don't know if you heard that. But when I talk like that, it was just busting up, and now it's not. So, all right. Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Are you ready, Cameron?
I think I'm ready.
Now, I know you usually on game night, you're usually back taking care of the blog.
Absolutely. And week 12 is almost about to be kicked off, and here we go. Red takes it off the left side board, takes it out, looking for something, lays right down for Marquise Floyd.
Yeah, he didn't look like he got touched on that one, did he?
No, it looked like he laid right down.
I don't know if he.
No.
Did he hurt himself?
No, he looks fine.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. But he, that wasn't much of a return right there.
Not at all. So Kurt Rocco will take over as the quarterback of the Cleveland Gladiators, and their offense will take over at their own 4-yard line. Kurt Rocco so far this season, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 111.3 quarterback rating. Puts him about 10th in the league. So
compared to Davila, where does that put Davila? Do you know?
Davila's number 1 in the league.
Wow, that's pretty good, huh?
Rocco drops. Oh.
I don't know where that was going.
Fires to the right and overthrows Robert Red, but he wasn't looking.
He was, that was way overthrown.
Yeah, Gray gave him a little pop at the end there.
Yeah, it reminded me he's out there.
For the Arizona Rattlers starting defense, we got defensive end Kyle Harrington, number 98. Nose tackle, number 77, Antosh Hawthorne, number 70, Marcus Pittman. Tyree Glasper, Kevin McCullough, Marquise Floyd, Vince Hill, and Virgil Gray.
And this is a very good Arizona defense.
Dropping back. Finds Lewis in the middle of the field. Gang tackle, Vince Hill and Virgil Gray on the gang tackle. Got out to about the 17-yard line.
And that's our first down.
That will be a first down. That was Thyron Lewis on the catch.
He actually looked like he juggled it a little bit too there. Although I'm sorry, I can't see it because of the speaker. Now you have an opportunity to see what our vantage point is.
Exactly.
Camera.
Lewis will be in motion to the right. Slow motion. Rocco hands it off to number 35.
And goes, what's he get, a half a yard?
That was excuse me. That was Carlos Downey on the carry there for about a yard, if that. Got stuffed up there.
He actually got hit behind the line and was able to get,
maybe an inch or two.
Yeah, it really looks like an inch. And we've got a good vantage point because this one is right down below us here.
2nd and 10 upcoming for the Gladiators. Goodman will be in motion to the left. Rocco checks down to Lewis, makes a move on Virgil Gray, 25, out to the 21 into Rattlers territory for the Cleveland offense.
Yeah, Virgil Gray wasn't too happy with his tackling on that one.
No, Lewis made a nice move.
And he wound up getting about 5 yards more, 5-6 yards more after the catch.
Yep, that'll be a first down for the Cleveland offense.
Yeah, looks like folks are still streaming into U.S. Airways Arena.
Rocco's going to have trips right. Red's in motion. Screen pass to Goodman. Got about 5 yards on the play.
Except for that first pass that was about 15 feet over the receiver's head. So far, it's been a nice little drive for Cleveland.
Yeah, Rocco's checking down, not really taking any deep ball chances.
You know what I like, though, and I've pointed this out in many of the Rattlers games, it seems like the other team really has to work down the field and a lot of plays.
Yeah, especially that first possession. It seems like the Rattlers defense really tries to make it tough and get that turnover on the first play. Red in motion to the left. Rocco drops. Finds Goodman. Another dump pass. And he gets about 6 or 7 yards.
Takes it down to about the 9-yard line?
Appears to be so. That'll be another first down for the Cleveland offense, and they'll face 1st and goal from the Arizona 9-yard line. This is where it gets tough. You get in that red zone, and everything's a little bit shorter, and you got to be a little bit more efficient. So we'll see if the Rattlers defense can make a stand here.
Yeah, I want to see if Cleveland might try to run. How good is this running game of theirs?
Let's see. Their rushing offense is 5th in the league with 29.6 yards per game. So not bad. Rocco drops to the right to Lewis. This time he is a sure tackle by Marquise Floyd.
And only gets about 2.
About 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, maybe we'll give him 3.
That'll create a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line of the Rattlers.
as you say, as the field gets a little bit shorter, it makes it a little bit tougher to get into the end zone.
Exactly. It's a little bit different than the NFL. You know, you're always trying to get to the red zone, where in the Arena League, it really gets tougher for you when you get in that red zone. Goodman in motion to the left, trips left. Rocco drops, searching. Oh, there's a little bit of pressure. Hawthorne misses. He's scrambling. He's cross. And touchdown, Gladiators.
Rocco carries 6 yards for the touchdown.
I see a Rattler player down in the end zone.
Yeah, I believe that's Floyd. Gray helps him up. What a good teammate.
But is there a penalty on this play?
It appears that there is. I did not see a flag. So, penalty waved off is in the back of the end zone on the Rattlers, and that's 6 points for the Gladiators.
It's okay. You know, it's all right. You know, they still had how many plays did they run in this drive? About 8 plays?
Yeah, about 8. Matt Denny is on for the PAT. Whalen to hold. And puts it through the uprights. 7-0 Gladiators. 9:35 left in the first quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to this Week 12 matchup, Arizona Rattlers versus the Cleveland Gladiators. Gladiators has just went on the board with a Kurt Rocco 6-yard scramble to the left side of the end zone. Gladiators are up 7-0, 9:35 left in the first quarter.
You know what I like most about that drive, yeah, okay, Cleveland scored, but what I like most about it, you know, the Rattlers always seem to make the other team work down the field. You don't see that many bombs getting past this defense, you know, so it seems like the opposition in most cases, and tonight Cleveland usually has to go underneath, and they have to work their way down the field. You don't see these receivers getting beat too often deep. I should say the defensive backs getting beat too often.
Yeah, we have a very solid secondary with Floyd, Gray, and Vince Hill, so they rarely let anyone get behind them. Matt Denny is going to kick off here. Virgil Gray is back deep to receive with Riley Swanson as the safety man. Denny kicks off. Gray is going to take it off the right side net. Oh, hit off the Casino Arizona sign.
Yep.
One of the odd intricacies of this UA's Airways Center.
Right, and there's a penalty marker down.
I assume that's going to be offsides on the kicking team.
Yeah, that's what it has to be, but
Yep. So penalty waved off by that Casino Arizona boards right there.
we see that happen quite often, that it actually hits that overhang, and that's just the way that this arena is built.
Yep. Davila and company will take over at their own 5. Windsor's going to be in motion to the left. Davila drops. Throws over the middle to Rod. He's looking to make a move. A gang tackle by Levy Brown.
And
Leslie Jackman on that tackle.
I know the folks in Cleveland are probably watching Rod Windsor in this game, right?
Absolutely. Rod last year, broke a ton of records for the Arena League, and just a great talent.
And now, of course, he has been signed by the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
And I actually can't wait till NFL starts just to see him play.
Yep.
There's
flags on the play.
Defense jumped on that play.
Yep. Davila did complete the pass to Trandon Harvey over the middle again, down to the Cleveland 18.5 about.
Yep.
Looks like they'll decline that penalty.
They will decline it.
2 plays, 2 first downs for the Arizona Rattlers, who also lead the league in first downs. Starting lineup for the Rattlers tonight, along the line, John Booker, Brendan Carvalho, Devin Clark, receivers, Rod Windsor, Trandon Harvey, Jason Gethers, and at quarterback, Nick Davila, fullback, Odie Armstrong. Gethers in motion to the right, takes a snap, fires to Gethers, over the middle, touchdown, Rattlers. A strike from Davila to Gethers.
Right now, I was looking over at the Cleveland radio announcer on that one, because before the game I mentioned you really have to watch out for all of these, the receivers on the Rattlers, because they're all good. I said, but really, I think Gethers is the best receiver that they have.
Gethers is always the X factor. He's got a big body and uses it well. Scotia's on for the PAT. Trevor Harris to hold. McCullough to snap. Holds good. Scotia puts it through. And it's 7-7 here at U.S. Airways Center. 7:45 left in the first quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to Nifty TV. Here at Pro Sports Broadcasting. Cameron Legge sitting in for Andrew the Hammer Nordmeyer, and Bob Pinkman Harris, as always, giving his color analysis. The Rattlers just squared things up at 7 with 7:45 left in the first quarter.
With a very, very quick drive. I mean, what was that, 3 plays?
3-play drive for the Arizona offense there.
Taking it all the way from the 5-yard line down into the end zone, capping it off with the Gethers touchdown, and carried Cleveland Gladiator into the end zone with him.
Yeah, Davila spread the wealth there. 1 completion to Windsor, 1 completion to Harvey, and 1 completion to Gethers for the touchdown. Scotia to kick off as normal. Robert Red back again for the Gladiators on the return. Kickoff is deep. Red will take it off the left side net. Takes it, looking for a hole. 5, 10, down the side, 15, 20. Scotia has a chance. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Gladiators. Red took it down the right side boards for his first returning touchdown of the season.
There's a penalty marker down there.
Penalty marker on the field.
I think there's a hold.
This may bring it back. That'll bring it back. Wow. Cleveland's going to have to come all the way back inside its own. Looks like
the hold was actually right down here around the 7-yard line as Reed tried to go around the end. One of the Rattlers was held up. I know they called who the penalty was on, but I thought I saw him get delayed. I wasn't going to say it, but because I was watching Scotia mostly, but I saw them right around that end. Somebody got held up.
Kurt Rocco takes his squad back onto the field. They'll have a 1st and 10 from their own 5.5-yard line. Lewis and Goodman to the left, Red to the right. Looks like Goodman will be in motion to the left. Rocco takes the snap, fires to Lewis on a quick bubble screen. Takes it down to the 14-yard line, tackled by Vince Hill.
I think eventually Cleveland is going to have to try to loosen them up anyhow and throw one deep.
Yeah.
They got to try to loosen up this defense.
Yeah, eventually it's going to get way too predictable, and the Rattlers DBs are going to start pressing up, and they make plays.
And especially, watch out for my guy, Kevin McCullough down there.
Oh, a quick toss. Lewis to the gang tackle by Vince Hill, and Virgil Gray also on the tackle.
That was a pretty dangerous toss right there.
That is an interesting play, and I did see them do that last week against Philadelphia. 1st and 10 from their own 19 for Rocco and the rest of the Gladiators. Red to the left, Goodman and Lewis to the right. Red will go in motion. Rocco drops, searching, goes deep to Red, and overthrown. Vince Hill on the coverage on that one.
And what did I just say, and what did we just say there? That eventually they're going to have to take a shot down the field here, loosen up that defense a little bit.
Vince Hill was right on it. Just overthrew it.
Yeah, he's overthrown some shots. One thing that what you can see is that this Cleveland quarterback is not as good as Davila.
No, not at
all. Right off the bat.
And he's actually filling in for AFL great John Dutton, who tore his Achilles in week 1. So,
yeah.
Lewis in motion to the left, takes the snap. Rocco looking. He gets hit. Fumble on the play.
And it's recovered by the Rattlers.
Kyle Harrington with the recovery, and the Rattlers will take over at the 16-yard line. There is a penalty marker on the field, though.
But if there's a penalty marker down, what can it be? It can only be holding.
That's it.
I mean, he was delayed. That can only be holding.
Cleveland seems to believe that.
It's
Marquise Floyd.
That's holding on the wrong team.
Holding in the secondary, and that will let Cleveland retain possession. That would have been a big break there so early in the game.
I actually thought that would have been holding in the area of, offensive holding.
Right. So it looks like they'll get the ball right at midfield at the 25-yard line. Rocco really had to move his feet there and almost got away, but the fumble was recovered by Kyle Harrington.
Yeah, they caught a break there.
Big break, definitely.
Well, the Rattlers caught a break on the first play of this drive on the kickoff.
Yep.
With the hold. Now a hold.
Everything evens out now.
Absolutely even up.
Lewis will be in motion to the left, Red to the right, Goodman to the left. Rocco takes the snap, looking, searching, doesn't see anything, pointing. Finds Red to the right, a missed tackle, and Gray finally takes him down at the 10-yard line. Marquise Floyd missed the tackle there at about the 15-yard line, and it allowed Red to pick up 5 more yards.
That is one thing, though, that I've noticed the last few weeks are there's been quite a few missed tackles by the Rattlers, and I don't understand it because they are actually a very, very, they're number 1 defensive team, right?
Right.
But they could be even better.
They could.
So, I mean, there's still room for improvement.
Yes. If we want to talk about the guy that made the reception on the play, Robert Red, he's a fantastic AFL veteran. Rocco takes the snap. Finds Lewis. It's up in the air. Interception by Vince Hill. He's got the return.
And he's
10,
going for it, baby.
15. Makes a cut. 20, 25. All the way down to the 22-yard line of the Cleveland Gladiators. Rocco had to make the tackle there. And the snake pit is going wild with the first turnover of the game. No penalty flags on the field this time.
That's what a great play there.
It was. I thought it was almost incomplete, but Vince Hill just dives in and saves it.
And we could see the replay there.
Yep. And a really heady play by Hill to pick it up and go.
Now let's see what the Rattlers can do here.
That was Vince Hill's 6th interception on the season. Davila and company back out. Harvey in motion to the left with Geathers and Windsor on the left. Drops back. Looking. Left corner for Windsor. And it is knocked out of bounds. And Windsor goes over the boards.
Is he getting up? He is. Yeah, he took a pretty hard hit on that one. Let's take a look at that replay.
Always a scary moment when they go over the boards like that. DeMarcus Robinson was on the coverage for the Cleveland Gladiators.
You never want to see a guy go over the boards.
Maybe the other team, but not ours.
Yeah, well, true. Exactly.
It's going to be trips left. Harvey in motion to the left. Davila finds Harvey wide open in the corner. Touchdown, Rattlers. Davila to Harvey. I actually think on that play they missed a false start by Jason Geathers. It looked like he got a little early start, but did not see it, and a touchdown for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I actually thought that the Rattlers jumped on that one, got off a little early, but it wasn't called. And, hey, listen, we'll take it.
Yep. That time the Rattlers took that turnover and turned it into a touchdown, which they failed to do 2 weeks ago against Chicago.
Exactly. That's
Scasia on for the extra point. Harris the hole. Scasia boots it through. It's now 14-7 Rattlers with the lead. 2:18 left in the first quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back here to the Snake Pit, U.S. Airways Center. The Rattlers have just taken the lead 14-7. Vince Hill just got a 6th interception of the season, and it took Davila and company one play.
And that was a great play by Vince Hill.
It was a great diving interception, and Davila to Harvey for the touchdown.
Yeah, he just picked that one off, and I think we could. That's not going to be our last interception we see here tonight.
I don't think so either. And as I was saying before the game, Cleveland really takes care of the ball, so that one interception is going to be huge going forward.
The Snake Pit is loud.
Scasia to kick off. Red back once again. It's going to be off the right side net. Red takes it, looking for a hole. Absolutely swarmed. There's a flag on the play. Red got out to about the 4-yard line, but had nowhere to go. Kerry Reed, Riley Swanson, and Jason Geathers all were right there for the tackle.
Well, the Rattler players are pointing the other way, so they think the penalty is on Cleveland. So what's it going to be, half the distance?
That'll be a block in the back, and Cleveland will take over the ball at their own 1-yard line. This is going to be tough position for the Cleveland offense. Hopefully the Rattlers defense can get some pressure here and maybe get a safety or just force a bad play.
Well, so far in this game, and it's early in this game. It's just a minute 50 left here in the first quarter. The Rattlers have been putting some pressure on the quarterback already.
Yep. Rocco takes the snap, has time, finds Lewis over the middle, falling down, but Gray finally knocks him over. Gets out to about the 24-yard line of the Rattlers. That was a big strike from Rocco to Lewis to get him out of their own territory there.
And he was wide open.
Yeah, he really was free over the middle.
There really wasn't a Rattler player in the picture when he caught that ball.
Lewis and Goodman to the right, Red to the left. We'll go in motion. He will come to the right, so we have trips right. Rocco drops. Looking, gets some pressure, gets bumped.
And he gets sacked.
That's almost a complete defensive line sack there. They were all three in there, but I would give the credit to Pittman there.
And, and what do we say here? that so far all we've seen is pressure being put on.
Absolutely. Too bad we didn't get that a play ago, but beggars can't be choosers. The Gladiators will now have 2nd and 14 from their own 19. Let's see if the Rattlers can once again stand up and get a stop. Only 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Lewis and Goodman line up to the left. Goodman will be in motion, Red to the right. Rocco drops.
Here's some more
Looking
pressure.
More pressure from Harrington. Gets it off to Red. Dump down. Oh, Floyd makes the tackle? No. They said he did not pin him up.
I thought he stopped him in the first.
Yeah, so did I.
But the thing is, what you're seeing is pressure being put on by the defense. And usually what we've seen all year, and that is the end of the end of the
first quarter. The Rattlers up 14, Gladiators 7. End of the first quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center. Beginning of the second quarter here. The Rattlers up 14-7 with an all-new quarter ready to go.
And you know what I was trying to say before at the end of the first quarter is what we've seen all year is this the Rattlers defense, the defensive line always seems to put pressure on. But when that fourth quarter comes around, they seem to be the better conditioned team and really start getting to the opposing quarterback. Cleveland better watch out because these guys are going to be all over this quarterback all night long.
Absolutely. It just seems like their pass rush gets stronger as the game goes on. Cleveland's offense will face a 3rd and 12 coming out for the second quarter from their own 24. So this is a big play here for the Rattlers defense. Red to the right. Goodman and Lewis to the left. Lewis will be in motion. Big 3rd down play. Rocco drops. Looking left. Pump fakes. Getting some pressure. Finds Goodman at the 20. Makes a move to the 15. Floyd hanging on. Gets the first down to the 10-yard line.
And that was a good play to get that pass away, period.
Yeah.
Because, again, defensive line was putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yes, they were. They were bearing down on Rocco there, but he made a play and got it to Goodman wide open, and Goodman made a play to get the first down.
Look for some more mistakes due to the pressure that the defensive line is putting on.
Yep. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gladiators from the Arizona Rattlers 11-yard line. Trips to the right. Red will be in motion. Rocco drops, looking, finds Lewis. McCullough makes the tackle with a little help from Marquise Floyd down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, just dropped it right in there, right in front of McCullough.
Excuse me, got down to the 5-yard line, picked up 6 yards on the play.
Let's see. How about another interception right here?
Would be nice.
Like a batted ball. Yeah, I could see that.
Red to the right, Lewis and Goodman to the left. Lewis will be in motion this time. Rocco takes the snap, looking, pressure. Harrington has it. Oh,
he has to throw it away.
Heady play by Kurt Rocco, throws it away. They're looking for an intentional grounding, possibly.
It looks like
they're saying he was outside the tackle box.
They
threw the flag. They did throw the flag. That'll be an intentional grounding on Rocco.
The pressure that this defensive line is putting on Cleveland is amazing, because it seems like every play, the quarterback really has to rush it. At that time, he commits a penalty, and now it is third down.
Yeah, and coming into the game, I thought Cleveland had a very solid offensive line. Adam Tadish, one of their tackles, actually was first-team All-AFL last year. So they're not really playing up to their A game tonight, so far at least. Looks like it will be trips left. Red in motion. Rocco.
And here comes some more pressure.
Finds Red and diving, but it's incomplete. He had him open, but Red had a dive for that one and just couldn't get there.
And again, and I wouldn't be surprised if that pressure wasn't being put on right there, that pass would have been complete.
Yeah, this pressure has been absolutely amazing. Cleveland will face 4th and 17 with about 12 and a half minutes left in the second quarter. Denny's going to come on for the field goal. Whalen will hold. About a 30-yard field goal. Denny has not hit one from over 22 this year. Snap good, hold good. Denny kicks it. Missed off the right side board. Virgil Gray will get a chance to return. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Rattlers.
No flags.
Virgil Gray just makes another special teams play.
That is huge. That is huge.
Quick turnaround there for the Rattlers. The missed field goal, and Gray takes it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And Scotcha will be coming in here to kick that extra point.
He made one man miss, a big offensive lineman, and after that it was off to the races.
Yeah.
Scotcha on for the extra point. And that is good, as always. Rattlers 21, Gladiators 7, 11:19 left in the second quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center. Pro Sports Broadcasting here. Cameron Legge and Bob Kingpin Harris. The Rattlers just went ahead 21-7 on a fantastic net recovery and return by Virgil Gray. Always around the football, always making plays. What a big signing in the offseason for the Rattlers to pick up Virgil Gray.
Yeah, Virgil Gray has been a huge part of this team. Been good, solid all year long. And you know, how many times do we see it? He doesn't need much open room, and he didn't have a lot to get through. It was just his speed that got him that touchdown to be able to get through there.
Absolutely. It looked like it was not going to be going much of anywhere. Then he just showed his burst of speed right down the right sideline, barely touched. A quick score update from around the leagues. Kansas City has defeated Spokane 45-42 tonight, and Spokane falls to 4-7. The defending champions, 4-7 this year.
And one of those wins, though.
And one of those wins is against our Rattlers.
Right. I can't wait to see Spokane. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because the coach doesn't let the team get that far ahead.
Absolutely.
But I do want to see Spokane come in here this year.
I think I can speak for every Rattlers fan and person in the organization saying they want Spokane this year. Scotchy to kick off. Corey Payne back this time for the Gladiators to return. High off the right side net. Takes it down the middle. Looks to the right. 10. And is still going. Out to about the 19, 18-yard line. Corey Payne with his first return of the night and first return of the season. Actually, this is his first night of playing for the Gladiators this year. And he gets it out to the 19.
Yep, good return.
He didn't want to go down, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was good because I actually thought they were going to get him boxed in there about the 3-yard line. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Because this Rattlers defense has put pressure on the quarterback every play.
Well,
let's see if this continues.
1st and 10 for the Gladiators from their own 19. Red to the right. Goodman and Lewis to the left. Lewis will be in motion. Rocco snaps. Oh, screen pass to Goodman.
That looked like it was coming out to us.
Yeah.
And again,
bad pass.
And again, you saw that pressure was coming again.
Yeah, and he really didn't have a hold on it.
And
Hawthorne.
What happened is he got hit.
Yeah, Hawthorne did hit him. And it looked like as Goodman stepped back, it could have been a wide receiver pass even. Something tricky.
You know, again, pressure. Every play.
2nd and 10, it'll be trips to the left, Red in motion. Rocco finds Goodman to the left, a dump down. He's trying to make a move and is stood up by Virgil Gray to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Virgil Gray isn't just running back for touchdowns, is he?
No, he's getting tough and physical and making tackles.
He plays some good defense.
3rd and 4 for the Gladiators from the 25-yard line. Let's see if the Rattlers can get another stop. This would be their 3rd in a row. Goodman and Lewis to the right. Red to the left. Lewis will be in motion to the right. Rocco. Looking, has nothing. More pressure. Floyd on the coverage. Red. Oh! Floyd with the pass breakup. What a great pass breakup by Marquise Floyd, and Red didn't have a chance.
Right. Red's complaining like he was held, but
Yeah.
he wasn't held.
No. Floyd made a nice play on the ball. Another 4th down for the Rattlers defense. They're really playing suffocating defense here tonight so far.
Yeah, let's see what they do here because if they can get a stop here and then take this one in, they got a commanding lead already.
Yep.
So let's see what they do.
4th and 4 for the Gladiators offense. Lewis and Goodman to the right. Red will be in motion to the right. Big play for the Rattlers. Rocco drops, looking right. Steps up, looks to run, passes it out, and does a little shovel pass to Goodman about 10 yards downfield, and it is complete.
Good play.
1st down Gladiators down to the 13-yard line of the Arizona Rattlers.
Yeah, that was a good play.
It was. He's really shown his mobility so far in this game.
But again, what I was saying before is it seems like the opposition, in this case tonight, it's Cleveland. It's taking many plays to get down the field. And this quarterback's taking some punishment tonight. I mean, he's been hit several times.
The Rattlers defensive line is making their presence known for sure. Lewis will be in motion to the left. Handoff to number 10, Russ Monk. And he is going to rumble into the end zone with barely untouched.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It almost seemed like the defense got faked out on that one.
Yeah, the defense was not ready for that for sure. And he took it in pretty easily, pretty much strolled into the end zone.
I've never seen this year I haven't seen the Rattlers get fooled on a play, but that one surely fooled them.
Denny will once again be on for the PAT. And the kick is
It's good.
Good.
It hit the post, but it did bounce through.
7:18 left in the second quarter. Arizona Rattlers 21, Cleveland Gladiators 14. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead 21-14 over the Cleveland Gladiators. 7:18 left in the second quarter. And right there you saw a rumble run, barely not touched at all, into the end zone. A stroll.
Yeah, he wasn't touched at all, and the thing is, the Rattlers looked completely fooled on that play. You know, the Rattlers defense has been all over the quarterback. It gets loud in here. Sorry about that. It cracks a little bit when you talk, but the Rattlers were completely fooled.
Denny on the kickoff. Virgil Gray will take the kickoff from the left side net. Gray fumbles it out back of the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Yeah, they have that little opening behind the end zone, one right out, right through the doorway.
And Davila and company will take over on their own 5-yard line here in the second quarter. The offense has been on the sideline for a while. Let's see if they still have that rhythm.
Yeah, you're right. They have. They're well rested. Let's say that.
I'm sure they're happy with the way the defense is playing. That's for sure. Davila under center.
Let's see if they can get down the field in more than 3 plays.
Harvey in motion. Hands it off to the Odie Express. Takes it down to the 10-yard line about. 5 yards about on the play.
As I was saying, let's see if they can take it down the field with more than about 3 plays going there.
Yeah. That was Odie's first carry of the night for 4 yards down to the 9.5-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't seen. We need to see more of Odie. I want to see him flatten some opposition here.
Definitely. Davila finds Harvey. It's a screen pass. The linemen are downfield. There's a flag on the play, but he gets down.
Okay, so what took so long about a face mask call?
I don't know. That's odd. No wonder Robinson was trying to jaw with Windsor there.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why were the refs talking about this for a minute
Yeah.
on a face mask call. Maybe they forgot what the rules were.
I think we need the refs mic'd up.
I used to like those old days in hockey when I used to put a microphone in the penalty box. That was always fun.
2nd and 10 for the Rattlers offense. There's flags
That's
down.
that's a free play right there.
Davila finds Windsor to the 15.5-yard line. Laundry all over the field.
Yeah, that should be a free play there for the Rattlers. That looked like Cleveland had jumped.
It appears that will be the case.
Offsides, number 13 defense. That penalty being flagged, result in the play for first down.
It's a Birds Ford. First down.
So that will be a first down for the Rattlers, and they'll take the ball at about their own 16-yard line.
Let's see. I see a pass together.
We'll see if Kingpin's crystal ball is working tonight. Harvey in motion to the left, trips left. Davila fires to Windsor.
Oh, okay.
Down to the 21-yard line of the Cleveland Gladiators.
And we got a 23 Brown. Looks like he's a little shaken up here on the field for the Gladiators. Actually, there's two players that are down.
That's 28 Leslie Jackman, and also Levy Brown is also slow to get up, but he has his helmet off and looks like he's okay now.
I didn't catch the replay on that one to see what happened, but it's tough. It's tough tackling Windsor. He's a big guy.
Yes, he is. He even came back this year looking a lot stronger and bigger than last year.
Player's down right down in front of us here.
He's sitting up now. With this injury timeout, we'll also take a timeout. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
And it works especially well if you have a hat. There you go, we'll take a team of 4.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center. The Rattlers are up 21-14 with 5:18 left in the second quarter, and they will have a 1st and 10 on the Cleveland Gladiators 21-yard line after that injury to Leslie Jackman, the defensive back for the Cleveland Gladiators.
Now watch him pick him apart. Watch Davila pick him apart right now. Here comes Gethers.
It actually does look like they have a semi-depleted defensive back secondary here. Robert Redd is coming in to play defensive back, who is their best wide receiver. So double duty for Robert Redd. Geller's in motion to the left. Davila throws, finds Windsor. Windsor tries to make a move, but is swallowed up. Tackle on that play by Levy Brown. Looks like he picked up about 70 yards on the play.
All right, well, next time I'll call Windsor, it'll go together. How's that?
Little reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly. But the Rattlers, what does Davila have tonight? Just one incompletion?
I'd say it's around that. 2nd and 2. Oh, quick pass to Harvey is knocked down by number 13, Anthony Hoke. That was a nice play by the defensive end to get his hand up there and knock it down. It was going to be a screen to Harvey.
Yeah, that was their first good defensive play of the night.
Yeah, there's the replay. Hoke gets his big paw up there and knocks it down. Last year, Hoke was all second team AFL. as a defensive end for the Gladiators. Had 6.5 sacks last year and has 6.5 sacks already this year, so he's looking really to maybe get in that first team this year. Gethers in motion to the left. Davila takes the snap. Looks for Gethers. Touchdown. Flags on the field. Davila found Gethers in the end zone.
But who's this on?
It could be a push-off on Gethers. I'm not really sure. Looks like it'll be on the Gladiators.
Holding.
Holding on Levy Brown of the defense, and that is a Rattlers touchdown.
And who did that go to?
Jason Gethers.
See?
Bob Kingpin Zaris, man.
I wish they wouldn't blow that cannon. They had to bring the cannon back.
Scotia comes on for the extra point. Harris to hold, McCullough to snap. Harris, bad snap, but he puts it down. Scotia puts it through. And is now Arizona Rattlers 28, Cleveland Gladiators 14 with 3:41 left in the second quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
You think that they could actually have another toy to throw out here in a game? I mean, this guy's been here every game.
Yeah, I don't know. This one looks pretty special, so they're trying to milk all the marketing they can get out of it. Last week he hit Odie in the head with the Frisbee thing, so I'm glad he's doing it when there's not a lot of players out there.
Well, here come the Gladiators again. We're going to get this ball. Let's see what the defense has been putting pressure all night.
A lot of pressure on Kurt Rocco.
Right.
Corey Payne will be back for the Gladiators to return this kick, his second of the night. Scotia to kick off.
They don't usually rise on kickoffs to the other team.
Scotia. Oh, over the boards. They're over the nets, excuse me. I think that comes out to the 20. That's where his big leg comes to a fault.
But that did hit iron, though, so what?
Yeah.
Does it still come out to the 20? Looks that way.
Yeah, it appears that it is going to be on the 20-yard line.
Because that hit iron.
Yeah, it did. It did hit the top bar and went over. Oh, penalty on the play as well. So to explain a little more, Scotia's kickoff went over the top bar on the left side net and went over, and that will give the Cleveland offense the ball on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's got to relax a little bit there. He can't use that big leg of his.
Trips to the right, red in motion. Rocco, false start.
Yeah.
Byron Lewis jumped a little early. You know, maybe that's a sign where the receivers know that they need to get into their routes faster because they're, you know, the defensive line and Mac linebacker for the Rattlers are really getting pressure on Rocco, and they know they need to get into their routes.
That's exactly right, Cameron. You nailed it right there. Is, you know, the defensive pressure has been so great that they're trying to get any advantage they can. The only thing is, though, in arena football, you're going to get called for that every time.
1st and 15 for the Gladiators. Rocco fumbles the snap, recovered by Antosh Hawthorne, fell right on it. Botch snap between Rocco and his center, Billy Eisenhart. The third stop of the night for the Rattlers.
This is all happening because of that defensive pressure.
We all know that Hawthorne's one of the best nose tackles in the game, and he's been getting pressured tonight as well, which caused maybe a botched snap there between Rocco and Eisenhart. The Rattlers offense will take over on the Gladiators' 14-yard line.
Be huge to get another score here to get up 21 points.
Harvey to the left, Gellers and Windsor to the right. Gellers will be in motion. Davila finds Harvey to the left. Oh, Harvey was not ready for that quick strike. Booker and Hope. Booker threw Hope to the ground. He was not happy with how that play went.
Coach Kevin Guy is not very happy with Booker right now.
No, he is not. Looks like there's some jawing with Brendan Carvalho as well.
How many yard penalties? Is it 15 yards?
I believe it will be 15. Ten yards.
10.
And maybe that's a little bit of the Gladiators getting frustrated with how their play is going tonight. And then Booker retaliates, and there's a 10-yard penalty and puts the offense a little behind the 8 ball now.
Well, actually, it's better for the Rattlers to be.
Yeah, a little more space.
Yeah, more space.
So out comes the offense. Trips right, Harvey in motion to the right. Davila finds Gellers to the right. Gets down to about the 17.5-yard line. That was a good chunk of yards regained by the offense after that 10-yard personal foul penalty on John Booker. More jawing between Hoke and the offensive line. They're really getting under each other's skin there.
Yeah, they can draw all they want. Let's just go up 21 points.
Yep. Third down and 13 for the Rattlers offense. Minute 30 left in the second quarter. Harvey in motion to the left. Davila throws to Harvey in the end zone. That is picked off. There is a flag in the backfield. Jackson on the return. All the way out to the 24-yard line where he's thrown down by Armstrong.
There's another penalty.
There's more flags on the field.
Yeah, there was a face mask there at the end.
This looks like a laundromat with how many yellow flags are on the field.
But let's see. Hopefully it's offsetting.
Booker is saying that there's a flag on the Cleveland defense.
What you could have here is offsetting penalties.
Yeah. The Rattlers offense told the defense to stay off the field, so that leads me to believe this might be offsetting. Let's listen in.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. The first foul is roughing the passer, number 91 of the defense. The second foul is face mask, number 32 of the offense. Those minutes will offset the replay third down.
As you heard, they'll replay third down. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Rattlers once again. That was Brent Purnell of the Cleveland Gladiators that got the roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good pass by Davila. It's a good thing that one got called.
It was not, no.
He tried to fit it in there, and there was nowhere to fit it into.
Yeah, there was 2 Cleveland Gladiators defensive backs in the area. Davila under center, 3rd and 13.
The 1-minute warning.
Yep. That will be the 1-minute warning here at the U.S. Airways Center. The Arizona Rattlers 28, Cleveland Gladiators 14. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
Wake up, D. Wake up, D.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where we're at the 1 minute mark of the
behind San Francisco for the lead in the Western Division.
They're on a roll. That's all I can say.
Playing good baseball. I mean, they're a good team. They hustle, and that's really all you want to see out of a team is hustle. And Kirk Gibson actually has them doing that.
Yep. So here come the Rattlers offense. Looks like it's going to be trips to the left for Davila. Gathers will be in motion. 3rd and 13. Offsides on the Cleveland Gladiators, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And that might also give them that'll give them a first down, won't it?
Let's see.
It's a bonus.
Yep. That'll be a first down. That's a big penalty for the Cleveland Gladiators.
That's huge. They're in the bonus now, and
yep.
you know, this Cleveland team hasn't been playing very good here so far, and they're just, you know, one thing against the Rattlers, you can't have stupid penalties,
yes.
And that's exactly what this is. They're losing their head on the field. They're trying to mix it up with the Rattlers, and what they're going to find out is you're going to be down 21 points in a few seconds from now.
Lots of mistakes. First down for the Rattlers. Hand off to Odie. He's still rumbling. Can't take him down. It's going to take the whole Gladiators defense to get him down.
And what you're going to see here are the Rattlers trying to take as much time off as possible and then score.
Yep, 42 seconds and running. No one looks like they're taking a timeout quite yet.
What the Rattlers want to do here is try to score, leaving no time left on the clock, then getting the ball back in the second half.
Yep, Odie picked up 4 yards on that rumble. 20 seconds remaining. They're hustling out. Play clock's running. Timeout Rattlers. 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, there's only 1 second left in the time clock. They weren't going to be able to get it off on time, but that's okay.
Yeah. That really is a good strategy in my eyes. They took as much time off the clock as possible, and they still have 3 plays and a possible first down to get this in the end zone and go into the half with a 21-point lead.
And let's remind our fans watching us that the next home game here is Saturday, June 11th, and that is against Iowa.
Yep.
And Iowa's been a pretty interesting team this year. They have beat some really good teams and lost to some really bad teams.
Yep, they're going to be 3-7, or they are 3-7 after this week's victory against Utah at home. So they're kind of on a roller coaster ride there in Iowa. 14 seconds remaining, 2nd and 6 for the Rattlers. Harvey in motion to the left. Davila, quick shovel pass out to Gathers. There's a flag on the play, but he got down to the 3-yard line.
And it's against the Rattlers.
It's going to be a hold or something.
There's holding on Rod Windsor.
There's now only 10 seconds left in the half. So that's going to be a big penalty. You hope that they don't have to settle for a Scotia field goal here.
Yeah, well, I see at least one more play or one more try.
Yeah. No, they're winding the clock. 7, 6. Coach Guy takes a timeout with 1 second left as the time was running, and Coach Guy is a little confused, but he's
bringing in Scotia.
Yeah.
I know Coach Guy isn't isn't pleased with that. Having the ball with really 1 minute to go, really, wasn't it? No, it was just about 1 minute to go.
Didn't really move anywhere.
Nope. Lost yards.
We're actually very lucky that Davila didn't get a snap off there, because that could have been the end of the half, and terrible mismanagement of the clock by the Arizona Rattlers.
Yeah, that wasn't good to begin with.
All right, so Scotia will be on. Harris will hold. McCullough will snap. Appears to be a 27-yard field goal for Scotia. Snap high, hold good. Scotia boots it. And that is a miss off the right side net. Red recovers it, looking, flag down. He's still running and stumbles and is finally knocked down in the end zone. There's multiple penalties on the play.
And another penalty.
Yeah, we'll see how this really finishes out. It's going to be interesting for sure.
These two teams really don't like each other too much, do they?
Yeah, and it's really been quick.
I see our good friend Kevin Pecos from the AFL down there, snapping some pictures in the end zone. Haven't seen him here in a long time.
The refs are getting everything sorted out, as you see on your screen at home. Here comes the call. No, a little bit more debate.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Looks like he's finally going to make the call here. So the Gladiators offense is going to have one on time down here because of the penalties on the Rattlers special teams there.
You know, I'm sure Kevin Guy doesn't look very happy down there.
No, this last minute really hasn't gone according to any plan that they ever imagined, I don't think.
And to have these penalties called on them.
Yep. So the Cleveland offense will come out. They will not choose to kick a field goal. Oh, and there's a flag on the play.
And who's that on? That's on the coach.
That's on the coach,
it?
Steve Tung.
So what happens on that? Does that end the half?
I don't know, but he is enraged. He actually touched an official, so he's not happy.
I really didn't see what happened.
The ref all of a sudden just pulled the flag out.
There is no foul?
So now they wave off the flag. I thought it was going to be a personal foul penalty on the coach for a second. I don't know.
One more opportunity before halftime for you to make some noise.
So there'll be one last play here in the first half, barring penalties. Rocco will be under center. Goodman and Lewis to the right. Robert Red to the left. Lewis will be in motion. Takes the snap, looking deep, taking his time, finally heaves it. Goodman in the area, Lewis in the area. Lewis catches it. A Hail Mary. There is a flag on the play. There is a flag on the play.
And it is holding on Cleveland.
It appears that it'll be holding. It will come back.
I'll tell you what, the defensive backs got very lucky there.
You cannot let that happen.
Now, will that end the first half, or will it still be played? Now it's halftime.
That'll end the half. So the score at halftime, Arizona Rattlers 28, Cleveland Gladiators 14, here at the half at the U.S. Airways Center. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
I don't know, Cameron. All I got to say is this place is going to the dogs.
Yeah, these dogs are actually pretty entertaining, and we were joking how one of them looks faster than Rod Windsor.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Look at him! Look at him go!
There's nothing like some halftime puppy entertainment.
I'll tell you.
It's all about the value of being here at U.S. Airways Center. You get the great arena football game, and you get the great puppy halftime entertainment action.
And hopefully the puppies aren't leaving little treats on the field for the football players.
Well, we can hope that the ref steps in one, right?
Exactly. You're listening to Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
It's the work, the pride, the blood, and the tears. Because Russell's wicked sweat out of the equation. Russell dry power moisture wicked tees and fleece. The next evolution in over 100 years of raw performance.
How did the Arizona Rattlers kick off their season? By improving their training skills at Fast Foothills Acceleration and Sports Training, where you can perfect your speed, agility, strength. By honing in on these key skills, you will have the winning edge and ability to compete at the highest of levels. Foothills Sports Medicine. Train like the pros, perform like the pros. The Arizona Rattlers would like to thank Russell Athletic, the official uniform supplier of Arena Football. For all the latest news, scores, and inside information, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to chat with fellow Arena Football fans or just check out the very latest league standings or stats, arenafootball.com is where it's at. At My Business Partner, we believe in using the right people to do the right jobs for a successful outcome. Contact the official comptroller and accountant of the Arizona Rattlers, My Business Partner, to find out how you can get the right people in the right jobs without adding personnel to your payroll. My Business Partner is your partner in success. Rattler fans, be sure to catch Arena Football Friday nights on the NFL Network all season long. Visit arenafootball.com for the complete National Game of the Week schedule and contact your local cable or satellite provider for NFL Network subscription information. Rattler fans, be sure to catch all the exciting action and replays of the 2011 Rattlers season online with Nifty. Visit arenafootball.com and click the live feed link. Don't ever miss a snap again. The Arizona Rattlers would like to thank Spalding, the official football supplier of the Arena Football League. The Rattlers would also like to thank
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where we're here at halftime. The Rattlers lead 28-14 over the Cleveland Gladiators. A great game so far.
Good game so far. I've seen mistakes now on both sides, and I'm talking about the mistakes. I mean our penalties. The penalties really hurt the Rattlers from scoring, and with a minute to go, they really could have taken a commanding lead in this game. If they would have scored there, it would have been up 21 points. They get the ball here first, they could be up as many as 4 touchdowns. Right now it still stands at a manageable 2 touchdowns behind for Cleveland. It's real important for the Rattlers to come out here on this first drive and get some points.
Absolutely, yeah. With 3 stops in that first half, you figure, oh, the Rattlers are up maybe 21, 28 points. You know, really putting it to this Eastern Division leading Cleveland Gladiators team that sits 6-3 at the moment.
Right, and one of the things that we've heard out of the Rattlers is we're not putting teams away. You know, we're not putting them away. And right there it showed, right at the other end of that quarter, they did not have that killer instinct to put them away, but they were too, and I'll call it the way it is, they were too selfish in taking penalties. And by looking at Kevin Guy down there on the field, he was thinking the same thing. This is way I look at it, this is a far superior team in the Rattlers over Cleveland, but they have to stop being selfish. They have to center as a team, and they have to score right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they haven't really stepped on the throat of the Gladiators in that first half like they could have, and I don't think you want to take anything away from the Rattlers, especially the defense. I mean, the Gladiators only have 14 points on the board, but at the same time, you think that this game could already be far and away in the books, but, you know, the Gladiators are still going to have a chance, only down by 2 possessions. And like you said, the Rattlers need to come out and score on that first offensive possession.
They have to get the killer instinct in them. Listen, that Rattler defense, that Rattler defensive line has been phenomenal all night, putting pressure on Cleveland. And I want to see what Cleveland's going to come out with here, because the defense has been all over them. I don't know what they're gonna come up with, what kind of schemes they might try to come up with, but look for some sort of deception.
Absolutely. And well, you look at that first half, the Rattlers offense only ran 14 plays. And the Gladiators ran 27 plays, so time of possession is a little off there. Rattlers had the ball for 11 minutes and 16 seconds, where the Gladiators had the ball for 18 minutes and 43 seconds. So the defense really made the Gladiators work at it, which we talked about in the first half.
Right. Well, what they need to do is get in there. Watch that cord that's wrapped on my camera. There you go. I could see 4,000 falling on the floor.
Denny to kick off. Trandon Harvey to return this time. He's going to take it out of the slack net. And that is blown dead. Touchback
yeah,
for
too
the
bad.
Rattlers.
Trandon Harvey really wanted to run that one back there.
Yeah, last week he did have a kickoff return against the New Orleans Voodoo. So the Rattlers offense will take over at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, let's see what the Rattlers come out with here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go deep first play.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe take a deep shot to Rod Windsor, maybe.
Yep, let him fly. It's either going to be him or Trandon right here.
Jackson is back in the game for the Cleveland secondary. Davila, lob pass to Gethers, makes the catch along the boards. Pushed against the boards by Jackman.
And that's a nice little play. I was looking for a little shot down the field, but you know what? That still wanted to be in what, a good 12 yards or so?
12, 13 yards on the play there.
Something like that.
You know, it looked pretty easy. They made it look easy. 13 yards, easy spot.
Yeah, that one looked very, very easy. He was wide open. Unfortunately, he ran into the boards and got himself out of bounds.
Davila, flag on the play. Tries to squeeze it into Windsor and right off his chest. Incomplete.
And I think that's on Cleveland. I think they jumped again.
You are correct. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down since the Rattlers are in the bonus.
Yep, they're in that bonus. And Cleveland has been making a lot of mistakes here. And what the Rattlers really need to do is they need to bury this team. They need to bury him. Come on, get down there and let's finish this team off.
Absolutely. Cleveland's making way too many mistakes to stay in this ball game. Gellers to the right. Harvey in motion to the left. Screen pass to Odie. Odie rumbling. Flag on the play. Down to the 11-yard line. It looks like it's going to be some kind of holding or something on Trandon Harvey. He had his hands up in the air there.
Oh.
Yep.
Again, I mean, these penalties. What is it? What is it tonight? What is it actually in the last few games that they've committed a lot more penalties? And I know, looking at Coach Kevin Guy down there, he is very upset. He's flipping the flip chart around if you see him.
Yeah. Cleveland on the game has 7 penalties for 45 yards, and now Arizona has 6 penalties for 50 yards. So, lots of flags, lots of laundry on the field.
Not good. Not good. You can't do this. And I'm sure I would have loved to have been in there at halftime, because I'm sure that halftime conversation was, guys, what are you doing?
Right, pedal to the metal. Let's send this one home early. Get Trevor Harris some minutes at the backup position for the quarterback. So the Rattlers are now backed up. It's going to be a 1st and 20 from their own 13-yard line.
All right. I'm calling a bomb right here.
Davila takes a snap. 5-step drop. Finds Windsor to the left. Instantly hit. A great hit by DeMarcus Robinson for the Cleveland Gladiators.
I actually thought Windsor was hurt on that one.
Yeah, he did kind of go down kind of awkwardly.
But he looks okay.
Yep, 8-yard gain on that one. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Rattlers offense. Davila relays the play to his corpse. Windsor will be to the right, Gellers to the left. Harvey will be in motion to the right. Davila drops. Looking deep. Overthrows Harvey, and it'll be intercepted by DeMarcus Jackson of the Cleveland Gladiators. They will take over at their own 14-yard line.
Kevin Guy is talking it over with Davila, because it looked like Guy is trying to say you had an open receiver on the other side of the field.
Yeah, you saw the replay there, folks. It was almost, the pass was in between Harvey, who was running kind of an underneath route, and then Windsor was going deep. It was right in the middle of them, and DeMarcus Jackson made a play on it.
Yeah, Coach Kevin Guy is not happy with that, because here he had a chance to go up 3 touchdowns. Now that's not going to happen. At least it's not going to happen right now.
Yeah, and that was Davila's 7th interception on the year. He hasn't thrown one in a couple games, and right there you see kind of a mistake throw by him. He was getting pressure. He did get hit as he threw. And with that, we will say Rattlers 28, Gladiators 14, 12:29 left in the third quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead the Gladiators 28-14 with 12:29 remaining in the third quarter. Cleveland just had an interception, courtesy of DeMarcus Jackson, and now they will take over at their own 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, we need the defense to come through like they've been coming through all night tonight. The thing is, you can't keep on turning the ball over. You've committed so many penalties tonight. I mean, look what just happened on this last drive that was called back. As they should have taken this in for a score.
Yeah.
And at the end of the first half, there's a lot of bad stuff happening here so far for the Rattlers. The one bright spot has been this defense.
Rocco and Cleveland's offense take over. Another toss play to Robert Red. We saw that play in the first half, and he gained 6 yards there. More jostling.
They could have called a penalty there on Cleveland.
Robert Red did give Vince Hill a shove.
Gave him a shove, gave him an elbow. Luckily, they have face masks on, so it doesn't really hurt them. But
this game has kind of gotten a little touchy.
It's gotten ugly.
Very physical for sure. Second and 4 from their own 20. Rocco looking downfield, gets some pressure, throws it up in the stands, throws it away. A smart play.
Yeah, he didn't want to take a sack.
Rattlers again questioning for an intentional grounding, but for this time to no avail.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Let's make some noise for the defense.
Well, let's see what they can do here again, the Rattlers.
Come on, night man, let them hear ya.
3rd down and 4. Red in motion to the right, trips right. Rocco, pressure, finds Lewis. He is taken down. 1st down, Gladiators.
You know what they've taken out of this game is Kevin McCullough right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't called, I don't believe we've called his name all night.
Yeah, he's kind of been quiet and hasn't had quite the effect on the game as he usually has, but you know how it goes with Kevin. He always has that impact, and you never know when he's going to make that one play.
That's right, and it always seems like it's in the 4th quarter with a few seconds to go, doesn't it?
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators, 10:22 remaining in the third quarter. Rocco still looking. Nope, not a lot of pressure. Checks off to Goodman.
Wide open.
Makes a move and is put down by Floyd and McCullough at the 14-yard line of the Arizona Rattlers. Will be 2nd down. Rocco had a lot of time on that one, was kind of just backpedaling and found Goodman in the little check down route, just waiting on the left side board as you watch the replay. Good two-man tackle by Floyd and McCullough there.
Yeah, I do not like the looks of this so far. I don't like the looks of this drive. It's been pretty effective here for Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree. 2nd and 1 for the Gladiators. Rocco looks downfield. Oh, and the ball is caught by Dominique Goodman. A great catch as he was pushed up against the backboards.
That was a great catch. I don't even know how he hung on to that. First of all, I thought it was going to be overthrown.
I did as well, but he leaped up there, and both Gray and Floyd were right there. Floyd pushes him into the boards, and he holds on, as you see on the replay at home. Current score is Rattlers 28, Gladiators 20, with the extra point coming from Denny. Holds down. Denny boots it through. And now the score is Arizona Rattlers 28, Cleveland Gladiators 21, 8:55 left in the third quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead 28-21 with 8:55 remaining in the third quarter. And now this game is getting a little uncomfortable, as you thought the Rattlers kind of had a good 14-point lead where they should have been up by more, but now only a 7-point game, one possession. And at home, you guys kind of missed, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Hey, night, man. You know what time it is?
What happened?
So the ref just explained that the number 13 of the Cleveland Gladiators, Anthony Hoke, who plays defensive end, has actually been ejected from the game for being in contact with the referee.
Oh,
so that's a big play.
That is a big play.
Denny will kick off. Virgil Gray is deep to receive the kick. Gray will take it off the right side net. Looking for a hole. 5, 10.
He's got it.
Loose. 15.
He's got it.
20.
He's got it.
25. 20. Down to the 15 and pushed out of bounds.
There we go. Let's pick it back up again. Let's get mad, guys.
Leslie Jackman on the push against the boards to tackle him.
We gotta get angry. We gotta get mad now, right?
Yep.
Now it's half the distance to the goal. So they put Rattlers right about the 7-yard line?
Yep. Rattlers offense will take over at the Gladiator 7. 1st and 10. I should say 1st and goal. 8:42 and counting in the third quarter.
1st and goal from the 7.
Trips right. Harvey in motion to the right. Davila looking. Finds Gathers. Tries to truck over a DB. Looks like he picked up 2 or 3 yards on the play. Levy Brown on the tackle.
A little flip out there where they got him down there about the 2-yard line now, 2 or 3-yard line.
Looks about the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal.
And sorry to have to say that, but Cameron now knows that we don't have the best vantage point up here since he's sitting in tonight. He'd probably go, well, those guys have the best seats in the house. No, we don't.
Davila finds Windsor. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Rattlers. No flags on the field. Windsor on an easy out route to the left side, and Davila found him with the strike.
Where's he going?
I guess, Windsor finds a fan that he wants to give the ball to, and he's going to have to hustle to get off the field in time.
I don't think he's going to get off in time. No, yes, he is.
So Windsor with the touchdown, his first of the night. Scotchy on for the PAT. And the always trusty Scotia puts it through. Rattlers 35, Gladiators 21, 7:04 left in the third quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
And in lane number 2, it's Scott. All right, wrestlers, on your mark. Get set. Go. Josh and Scott neck and neck as they head down to the end of the field. It's Josh in the lead. Scott slowing up. Josh into the end zone. And it is Josh coming back the other way. In the lead. Scott trying to make a bomb. Who's going to go to Shenanigans September 2nd? Yeah, showboating as he goes to the end zone. On his back. And it's Josh, our winner. Congratulations, you win 2 tickets to see Sade and John Legend September 2nd right here at the U.S. Airways Center. Our thanks to both our contestants for taking part in tonight's Sumo Suit races. Let's hear it for Josh.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead 35-21 over the Cleveland Gladiators with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter.
They finally got that 21-point lead. Now let's see if they can keep their heads in this game, because Cleveland's trying to goad them into some penalties.
And it actually appears that there was kind of an accident on the entertainment there in the timeout, and it looks like a sumo wrestler participant is down.
Oh, wow.
In the end zone.
I didn't think he realized that he tried to entertain the fans, and he dove in there, and he probably hit his head. They're not showing that, so why don't we take a break, as there's a break on the field.
Yeah, we will take the timeout here. Could take a while. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
the word we're getting is that Josh is moving his hands, legs, feet, talking, and as a precaution, we're going to get him checked out. Well, let's hear it for him as he goes off the field. Our contestant tonight, Josh.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead 35-21 with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter. Kind of had a freak accident there with the entertainment during the timeout. There was a sumo suit race,
Yeah.
and the guy did a
Backflip
or back flop,
No,
back
back
flop
flop.
into the end zone, and actually hurt himself. So that took about, what, 10 minutes or
At
so
least a
to
good
get him
10
off
minutes,
the field.
yep.
Kind of a scary situation.
But it looks like he's moving his feet, his legs, so that's all good. And now back to the game.
Back to football.
All right, back to some football. Where were we?
Yeah, exactly.
He said it best.
Third quarter, we're kicking off, and we need to turn it back up. Let's get the voltage back in the snake pit. Make some noise for your
Scotia is lining up to kickoff. Corey Payne back deep to receive. Dominic Goodman, the safety man.
Now let's put that defensive pressure back on these guys.
Absolutely. Looks like it doesn't reach the nets. Payne comes out of the end zone. 5, 10, and finally taken down at the 14. More penalties on the field.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be another offsides on the kickoff.
You know, that's silly mistakes right there. And they've been doing, you know, I hate to say it because I happen to be a hometown guy here, but the Rattlers have really been making a lot of mistakes. Terrible. I mean, these are horrible mistakes.
Not something good to be making at this juncture.
And you could see Kevin Guy, his hand is just on his face over there in the corner. He is just very upset.
Meanwhile, Rocco throws a frozen rope to Robert Red and gets down to about the 1 yard line. A nice catch from Robert Red there.
24 on the play. First and goal, Gladiators in the Rattlers.
Excuse me, they're going to have the ball on the 2 yard line, first and goal. Trips right. Fake handoff to Red. Rocco scrambling.
And he gets
is in. Virgil Gray got kind of spun
He
around
dances
there.
Hey, D. Oh, D. Well, they get those points back.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Guy, it really, if you take a look down there, he really looks frustrated because they made this too easy for Cleveland.
Yeah, the last two offensive possessions for Cleveland have been much easier than they ever had in the first half.
Well, especially when you give them that 10 yards back on the, the opening drive.
Oh, bad
There's
snap. Whalen scrambling around, still looking, and is finally tackled by Virgil Gray, and they're going to whistle it dead. That the conversion is no good. Making the score, Arizona Rattlers 35, Cleveland Gladiators 27, 5:10 remaining in the third quarter here at the U.S. Airways Center. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers lead 35-27 over the Cleveland Gladiators with 5:10 remaining. Denny's lining up the kick, and Trandon Harvey is back to receive this time for the Arizona Rattlers.
They need a good return. They need a good drive right here.
Yep. Harvey's going to take it off the left side net. Out to the 5, 10, finds an opening, 15, 20, 25, and is finally pushed out of bounds at about midfield.
Right in midfield, yep.
And I want to make a special note that Rocco just scrambled for that 2-yard rushing touchdown, but on the extra point, a high snap. And if we look at the long snapper, Anthony Hoke, he was just ejected from the game, so they probably had a new long snapper in there, and that caused some problems.
Yeah, it did. And you said it when it happened. Is that could cause troubles later in the game, as we see already. It has.
Point off the board. Davila and company back out there. Davila finds Windsor underneath, makes a move.
Nice.
Yard line of Cleveland, 2nd and 5.
They need to keep the pressure on them here.
Davila to Windsor,
Nice,
makes a cut.
Nice
all
cut.
the way down to the 10-yard line.
Yep.
Arizona will have 1st and goal from the Cleveland 10.
And I was saying nice, not because of the catch, but because of the run.
Yeah,
you
great
can see
cut.
that setting up.
Windsor really has a way of picking up yards after the catch, and he's really fast. Turns on the turbo there. Harvey and Windsor to the left, Gethers to the right. 1st and 10. Gethers to the left. Davila looking. Finds Windsor at the 5. Makes a spin move.
Yeah, touchdown.
Face mask penalty.
I think he made it in there, didn't he? No, they didn't call it.
They're going to call him down at the 1-yard line. That will give the Rattlers a 1st down and half the distance to the goal from the end of the pass.
Yeah, guess who's going to run this?
The Odie Express.
Yep.
Penalties on Levy Brown. Rattlers will have the ball about the 1-yard line. Jumbo package is not in. Still 3 wide receivers. Trips right. Toss to Odie to the right. Doesn't have much space and is clobbered up.
Actually lost the yard.
Lost a yard on the play.
Yard or two.
Jackman, Brown, and Barabee on the play, among others.
I don't know why they would run a sweep like that when just drive it right up the gut.
Yeah. I think Odie's more of a north and south runner than an east and west.
Yeah, turn Odie loose and just let him crush some people. I didn't hear a timeout down there, did you?
No. So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Rattlers from the Cleveland 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now you might have to pass it.
Davila finds Harvey. Easy out route by Trandon Harvey to the left side, and Davila finds him. Harvey gives his usual bow for his touchdown celebration.
No way to stop that. I'm watching Rod Windsor actually yelling at the ref. I think he was held up there, and that's why he's yelling at the ref.
That was Harvey's 2nd touchdown on the evening. Scotchy for the extra point. And he puts it through. It is now Arizona Rattlers 42, Cleveland Gladiators 27, 2:09 left in the 3rd quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. We're back at the U.S. Airways Center where the Rattlers lead 42-27 over the Cleveland Gladiators. 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. Scotia will line up to kick off.
Remember I was talking about that killer instinct.
Yep.
Right now, let's get that ball back, right? Kick it away, let's get it back.
It'd be a huge stop. Rattlers now have a 15-point lead because of the Gladiators' failed extra point, I should say. Scotia to kick off. Booms it. Payne back to receive. Payne takes it not off the nets. Out of the end zone. 5. Dances. And is taken down by a gang of Rattlers. Stopped up at the 8-yard line.
Man, there's actually talking and pushing after every single play.
It really is amazing that, these teams haven't played each other in a long, long time since last year, week 1, and it seems like they've built some bad blood already.
There's been a little bit of everything in this, right? A guy getting tossed, pushing and shoving and fighting. And
I think we have to bring up the sumo wrestler going down as well.
And the sumo wrestler, he probably got the worst hurt. He was the worst hurt guy here tonight.
Yep. Rocco looking pressure, scrambling. What a great scramble. Finds Goodman, makes a move. McCullough on the hustle play on the tackle. That's Kevin McCullough for you. All the way down to the 20-yard line for the Gladiators. What great footwork by Kurt Rocco on that scramble.
That was a good play. Very good play. But, the Rattlers need to get in here. They need to get a stop.
Yeah, as you see on the replay.
And there was holding actually on the Rattlers on that one.
Wow. There was a penalty on the play. Virgil Gray missed out on a tackle there. Just kind of was too fast for his own good and couldn't close. Cleveland's offense will have it 1st and 10 from the Arizona Rattlers 20-yard line.
You got 1:20 left here in the third.
That's going to be an offsides on Antaj Hawthorne. He was already into the center before they even had a chance to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Five-yard penalty. Cleveland is not in the bonus on offsides by the Rattlers yet, so that's just a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5 from the Arizona Rattlers 16-yard line. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Rocco gets the play from Ton, and they'll line it up. Robert Red to the right is going to be in motion, coming to the left. Lewis and Goodman to the left. Takes a snap, backing up. Gets pressured, almost gets sacked by Harrington.
Away.
Gets away, hit as he threw, and wide open in the corner of the end zone. Dyron Lewis catches it. Touchdown, Gladiators.
Rocco's showing me something here in the second half.
He's really keeping plays alive, even though the Rattlers are still getting pressure, and has kind of settled into this game.
Yeah, he's playing good ball.
And it looks like Cleveland's going to go for 2 here.
They have to go for 2.
Yep.
At some point, they have to go for 2.
The game clock is at 10 seconds, so I don't think they're going to get this play off before the end of the third quarter. No, they'll still be out there. Looks like it's going to be.
Now they're calling him now.
No, the head ref wants him to stay out. Kind of some confusion here among all the refs. Just another day in arena football. Red in motion to the left. Goodman and Lewis to the right. Rocco drops. 2-point conversion. Fires.
Got
Complete diving catch by Robert Red. We've been calling his name a lot here tonight. Great receiver in his 4th year. That makes the score. Arizona Rattlers 42, Cleveland Gladiators 35. Also ending the third quarter, so we're heading to the fourth quarter here at the U.S. Airways Center. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. US Airways Center, where we are about to begin the fourth quarter with the Arizona Rattlers leading the Cleveland Gladiators by a score of 42-35. The Rattlers will be receiving the ball on a kickoff right here.
You know, how many times have I said tonight, you know, we got to put this team away. We got to put Cleveland away. Now Cleveland is only 7 points behind the Rattlers.
One possession behind, and one stop's going to change everything. So the Rattlers offense needs to stay on top of their game, and we got to hope the defense gets a stop.
Virgil Gray is back.
Virgil Gray is back to receive the Matt Denny kick. Here comes the Denny kickoff. Gray waiting. Hits off the Casino Arizona board, and that will be a touchback.
Yeah, you can really tell that one kicked off Casino Arizona.
Spot on in the slack net. Davila and company will take over at their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rattlers.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that Casino Arizona actually, you know, that overhang there. I don't want to call it Casino Arizona, but it's an overhang here. And wouldn't be surprised if that's actually cost Virgil Gray a touchdown or 2 this year.
As you saw, Davila completed to Windsor. Out to the 10-yard line, 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Rattlers coming up. Just a quick, easy pass to the left. Get out of their kind of territory. Backed up. Windsor and Gellers to the right. Gellers will be in motion. Harvey to the left. Davila. Strike to Windsor. Makes a move. But DeMarcus Robinson takes him down. Nice sure tackle by Robinson. I thought for sure Windsor was going to get around him there.
That was a good little play we got. Was it actually 3rd down? I thought they actually made the 1st down. I guess they haven't.
No. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. From their own 14. Got to get to the 15-yard line to move the chains. Harvey in motion. Davila. Quick strike to Gellers for the 1st down. Out to the 22-yard line. Great pitch and catch. Just easy as that. Pick up the 1st down. Nothing crazy.
Very simple. Yep. That's okay. I'll take simple plays. Let's just score. They need a score right here. Rattlers must score.
Yep. Get that 2-possession cushion once again. Harvey in motion. Davila drops. Looking deep. Finds Gellers to the 15-yard line. Another 1st down. Game and do one play as a center since Carvalho must come out.
You did want him in the game tonight, correct?
You know, that was one of my wishes in this game.
Because I know that you did want to say his name.
Oh, I was waiting. And I love the hair. I love the hair.
I used to have hair like that when I had hair.
12:47 remaining in this fourth quarter, and the Rattlers have a slim 7-point lead.
Well, we could take a short break here ourselves, I think.
We will take a quick break. So this is Pro Sports Broadcasting here on Nifty TV.
And that was a very short break for us.
Just how we like it.
Did you get a little sip of water there?
I did. Had to refresh.
Yeah, that was a quick break.
Yep. Davila and company are back. Geller's motion to the left. Takes a snap. Looking. Screen to Armstrong. Gets down to the 5-yard line. There is a penalty on the play.
And that looks like interference on the Rattlers.
Guy is absolutely enraged. He is not happy. That'll be a 10-yard penalty and take him back from the original spot. So the Otters are going to be facing a 1st and 20 from midfield.
And Carvalho is back in the game now for the Rattlers.
Great sign. Geathers will line up to the right with Harvey and Windsor to the left. Harvey will be in motion. Davila finds Geathers wide open. 5, pushed out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. He found the spot in the zone once again and just sat right down, and Davila knew right where he would be. He wasn't even looking at him and just pretty much tossed it.
Right, what's been kind of interesting tonight, I don't know if you've noticed it, but they seem to be getting stopped around around this 5-yard territory. 4 yards, usually where they've been able to take it in. So I give Cleveland some credit here for actually doing that.
Trips to the left. Davila drops, looking, finds Geathers wide open. Touchdown Rattlers.
How do you leave a guy like Geathers that wide open? Pure mistake.
I don't know what's happening with the Cleveland defense, but the last 3 times we've seen the exact same play down in the red zone, and they're scoring on it every time. Just a quick out route to the left, and Davila's finding them.
Well, you know what? You just keep on doing it.
Stick with what's working. Scotia comes on for the PAT. And it's good. Arizona Rattlers 49, Cleveland Gladiators 35. 10:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
Everybody's got their fist pumping in the snake pit. Let's see you do it. Look around you, pretty cool.
And they got that fist pump cam going tonight.
And Scotia is here to kick off with the Rattlers 49, Gladiators 35. Payne back deep to receive. Oh, they're not ready. Payne takes it. 5, 10, finds a seam. 15, 20, 25. Finally knocked out of bounds by Tyree Glasper at the Rattlers.
For a team that didn't look like they were ready to catch that kick, they sure returned it pretty good.
Yes, they did. Payne took it right down the right side boards.
I think we should have the fist pump cam some more.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for Rocco and company with the Cleveland Gladiators from the Arizona 19-yard line. 1st and 10. Lewis and Goodman to the left, Red to the right. Goodman will be in motion. Coming onto your screen. Rocco. Pump fakes. Looking for Goodman. Gray on the coverage, but that pass was thrown into the first row. Incomplete.
You know, the offensive line for Cleveland has actually done a much better job here in the second half.
They've definitely shored things up for sure. This creates a 2nd and 10 for the Gladiators from the Arizona 19. 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this ball game. Trips left. Red will be in motion. Red's coming to the right in motion. Rocco looking, searching. Incomplete. Underthrows Lewis. Some pressure on that play.
After I just said it, there was some pressure on that play. You're right. And actually, I thought Antaj was getting held up a little bit there. And they're very close to a holding call.
Yeah, and I think on all these plays where they're actually getting pressure, you see all of them in the backfield. It's not just one guy where Rocco can scramble out, but all of them are getting in there.
Right. That offensive line for Cleveland is just getting pushed right back in the quarterback's throat.
3rd down and 10. Trips left, Red in motion, coming onto your screen. Rocco drops, looking, dumps down to Goodman.
Wide open.
Makes a move. Missed tackle by Riley Swanson. And it looks like they will just about nearly get the first down.
It is a first down.
They are signaling for a first down. So 1st and goal for the Gladiators from the Arizona 9-yard line. That's happened a couple times tonight on big downs. Rocco finds Goodman short, and he picks up the 10 yards for the first down.
Rocco's been doing a pretty good job here this second half.
Yes, absolutely. I think in this game he's been a good game manager.
And one of the reasons is what we just mentioned before. He's getting better protection here the second half also.
Yes. Rocco. Tip. Virgil Gray, interception, always making plays. He returns it out to the 24-yard line of Arizona. What an interception. A tip. We'll have to see the replay to see who got that tip, but Virgil Gray on the interception.
Right, I didn't see who tipped it, so let's see if we get a replay here. There we go. It might be Tyree. I'm not sure. I didn't get a real good look at it, but I saw 94 jumping up.
I mean, you can't say enough about Virgil Gray. Always around the football. When you say the term ball hawk, he is it. He's always around the ball.
Yep. Now let's see if they can get some more pressure on here and get another touchdown.
Let's convert. Davila looking deep. Harvey's open.
He's got him.
He's got him wide open. Post corner route. Trannon Harvey. Touchdown Rattlers. Just like that. One play drive after the interception by Virgil Gray.
Kevin Guy was actually jumping up and I don't know what you call that, body slamming each other.
Some kind of swirling chest bump with Rod Windsor.
Yeah.
You got to love Kevin Guy's enthusiasm. Scotchy on for the extra point. Perfect on the evening so far. Snap's good. Scotia.
Oh my God, did he actually miss
good. No good. So here at the U.S. Airways Center, we have the score: Arizona Rattlers 55, Cleveland Gladiators 35, 6:59 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to U.S. Airways Center, where the Arizona Rattlers lead 55-35 over the 6-3 Cleveland Gladiators. 6:59 remaining in this game. It's coming down, and now the Rattlers have a 3-possession lead.
Well, it's good to see that sumo wrestler who got hurt before is actually back in the stands.
Perfect. Payne finds a hole. 5. Oh!
What a
Odie Armstrong shows a rumbling hit and does a nice display afterwards. Payne was stonewalled, and he does look a little shaken up.
Oh, yeah, he's, you get hit by Odie, whether it's on offense or defense, you're going to be feeling it.
Vince Hill was also in on that tackle, and they both flocked him. Vince Hill is known as a headhunter in my eyes.
Yeah, Vince took the head, and Odie took the body.
Yeah.
It was a tag team, double team.
What a hit there on that special teams play. So, Cleveland's offense takes over at their own 7. 1st and 10. Rocco, quick toss out to Lewis. Pushed out of bounds by Harrington and Floyd.
Well, I guess I don't understand that play by Cleveland because I guess I didn't understand that play by Cleveland because all you should be doing right now is passing.
2nd and 4.
You don't have much time left here.
Finds Lewis in the middle, soft spot. Marquise Floyd with the tackle. 1st down, Gladiators.
Tonight's attendance at U.S. Airways Arena, 7,987. 7,987. It actually looks like a bigger crowd than that. I know they're noisier than that.
It does. They don't call it the Snake Pit for nothing. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators from their own 20. Looking to get back on the scoreboard. 5:20 remaining in this ball game. Lewis in motion. Rocco looking. Oh, Gray jumped the route but could not get a hand on it, but still overthrown to Goodman on the right side board about the 15-yard line of Arizona.
Yeah, you see Gray jumping up there. It's like, he's probably going to intercept that ball. But
absolutely.
It was still a little bit high for him. It was high for everybody.
Yeah.
Here's the replay.
Right off of Goodman's hands. I think he was kind of deterred by the
by Gray.
Jumping Gray, yeah.
.440 to go here.
Trips right. Excuse me. Red will be in motion to the left. Rocco drops back. Looking downfield. Throws. Tipped by Gray. Almost another interception. He is always around the ball. I can't get enough of it.
Gray in the picture again.
Big 3rd and 10. Gladiators need to get to the Arizona 20-yard line to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Rattlers 55, Gladiators 35. Rocco drops back, 3rd and 10. Looking, gets some pressure, steps up, throws. Lewis in the end zone, gets loose from Riley Swanson. Touchdown, Gladiators. Snap, bad snap. Whalen gets it down, though. Denny puts it through.
It's a quiet snake pit.
It is a quiet snake pit. And Arizona Rattlers 55, Cleveland Gladiators 42. 3:19 remaining in the 4th quarter. As always, this is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back once again to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Arizona Rattlers lead 55-42 with 3:19 remaining in this game, and they will be receiving this ball here off the kickoff from Denny.
Well, let's just keep the pressure on by scoring some more points.
Yep.
You know, let's just put them away here.
And we have to be wary. When is Cleveland going to start the onside kick game? Down 2 possessions here with only 3:19 left.
You could see it right here.
It does look like kind of an odd kickoff formation. Here is the onside. And it is recovered by Riley Swanson. Makes a move. Cannot get loose, but down to the 9-yard line of Cleveland, there was the onside kick. Denny tried to trickle it right up the middle and let his guys go get it, but I thought it was a great special teams play by the Rattlers, to wall off everybody, and Swanson had it easy.
Yep, it was very, very simple. It was Cleveland didn't have a chance on that one to recover it.
Just the front line let the ball go through, and they held him back, and Swanson had it easy. I thought Swanson could have taken that to the house, but. So Davila and company will come out on the 9-yard line of Cleveland in business. Harvey in motion to the left. Davila looking. Throws it up to Rod. Just overthrown.
Yeah.
It was a good pass because that's the only place he could put it, and didn't make a mistake, so live another down.
And you know what? It kills some time at the same time.
Appears to be a timeout on the field.
Yes.
Cleveland will take a timeout with 2:44 remaining. Score is Rattlers 55, Gladiators 42. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Rattlers face a 2nd and 9 from the Cleveland 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2:48 remaining, and Cleveland just burned their first time out of the half.
Let's just let's put some more points on the board.
Windsor and Geathers to the left, Harvey to the right. Davila finds Geathers. Strike! Great pass over the middle. Jason Geathers catches. Touchdown, Rattlers.
And as I see Geathers score again, as I mentioned before the game, I spoke to the Cleveland radio announcer and I said, really, I don't think Windsor really is your best receiver. Watch Geathers. And again, there he is.
Bob Kingpin Harris on the spot.
They have so many good receivers here, you know, the Arizona team. And we even have a few hurt receivers.
Yep.
Force, I think, has the best hands on the team.
Yep. And he's on the IR right now. Oh, 2-point conversion. Oh, trickery. Harris to Booker. Did he get in? They're saying yes. Conversion is good. What a trick play for the Rattlers special teams. A little shovel pass from Harris to Booker around the right side, and he dives into the end zone. With that, score, Arizona Rattlers 63, Cleveland Gladiators 42, 2:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
Touchdown lead with just over 2 minutes to go. It's looking good. Let's go. Let's get it up. Let's turn it up. Make some noise for your Rattlers.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center. 3-possession game here at the Snake Pit. Arizona Rattlers 63, Gladiators 42. 2:02 remaining. And Scotia to kick off to Corey Payne.
And that's exactly what you wanted right there. You wanted that killer instinct. Get up to 3 touchdowns. Actually, it is a 3-touchdown lead right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the 2-point conversion, though.
Yeah, this is the first time all game that they've been up by 3 touchdowns. Into the slack net, and that'll be a touchback. Payne's confused, but it is a touchback. Cleveland will take over 1st and 10 from their own 5.
Well, I'd be surprised if we don't see anything more than just passing here. I mean, I'm not saying that teams have not come back with a minute 57 to go, in the Arena Football League being down 21 points. That's happened, but it's going to be awfully tough against this Rattlers defense.
Anything can happen, and you hope that the Rattlers learned a lesson from 2 weeks ago against the Chicago Rush, where they kind of didn't close the game out the way they should have, and it ended up in the loss column for them.
Yep.
Rocco under center. Time running. Rocco looks, finds Lewis over the middle. Tackle by Virgil Gray. What a great tackle. Just gobbled him right up.
Yeah, Virgil's everywhere, isn't he? If he's not tipping passes, intercepting passes, running back touchdowns, he's tackling and sticking you.
2nd and 2 from the 13-yard line for Cleveland.
Minute 18 to go here.
1-minute warning upcoming. Lewis in motion to the right. Rocco, quick pass to Goodman, barely catches it. Hit out of bounds, tackled by Tyree Glasper and Vince Hill. Got out to the 19-yard line there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Gladiators. We're here at the 1-minute warning. Arizona Rattlers 63, Cleveland Gladiators 42. 1 minute left in the 4th quarter. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
$7,777. You want to throw the football into the north end zone where it says Casino Arizona, and if you make it, you win that cash. So, where are you going to throw from? Midline. All right. He's going to throw for $250. Let's cheer him on. Oh, so close. Well, even though you didn't win, you still get an Arizona Rattlers prize pack. Thank you so much for playing.
Welcome back to the U.S. Airways Center, where the Cleveland Gladiators have the ball on their own 19, looking to score, cut down this lead that the Rattlers have. Right now the score sits 63-42 in favor of the Rattlers with 1 minute left.
I'll say this. I don't think Cleveland's coming back.
Bold prediction by Bob Harris.
Yes, it is. It is getting loud, though, in here.
It is. These fans are trying to propel these Rattlers to close this game out and put another win in the win column.
AZ going for a record of 9-2 here.
Rocco, incomplete to Robert Red. They tried that little toss play, faked the toss, threw back to Red to the right, incomplete.
Yeah, they've run that play quite often tonight.
They try to catch him on cheating over on the toss, faking the toss, but too hot to handle for Red as the pass was just thrown too hard.
Is it me or do they have the same uniforms as Jacksonville?
Very similar color scheme, exactly.
You know?
Trips left. Red will be in motion. Rocco under center. 57 seconds remaining. 21-point lead for the Rattlers. Backs up. Rocco looking. Finally finds Goodman wide open. Vince Hill and Virgil Gray wrestle him down at the 9-yard line. Cleveland will... penalty on the play, but Cleveland did take a timeout, I believe. Hawthorne and Rocco getting into an exchange of words. Roughing the passer, possibly?
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't see it, did you?
No, I did not, but I figured the way Rocco was talking to him, it just made sense with the flag in the backfield. Rocco did not like that hit.
We'll have to watch it again on Nifty TV just so we can see that play. Just remember that this broadcast will be rerun and rerun and rerun until the very next Rattlers game.
Absolutely. Cleveland did call a timeout on the play. They're second of the half. They have one remaining. Arizona Rattlers 63, Cleveland Gladiators 42. 48 seconds remaining in this ball game. Rattlers looking to move to 9-2. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV. So back to the U.S. Airways Center. Cleveland was not charged with a timeout there because of the penalty, I assume. So they still have 2 timeouts remaining. First and goal from the 4-yard line.
They have to score quick. They have to score very quick. They're going to go for an onside kick if they do score.
Rocco looking. Oh. McCullough, takes him down, fumble. Rocco is not happy. He's taking major exception to all the beatings that he's taken tonight, which have been more than a few.
Yeah, he's going to be sore on his plane ride home to Cleveland.
That's for sure. Gladiators backed up about 10 yards. Have it second and goal from the 14-yard line. The ball did go out of bounds, so the time does stop, meaning they still have 2 timeouts.
I think Rocco might need a little cushion, a little bit better cushion to sit down on the airplane, because I think he's a little sore.
Rocco, slips, still up, moves up, looking. Almost found Red in the end zone, went off the nets, and Gray and Vince Hill were both in the area trying to make a pick, but did not happen.
Yeah, that ball went out of bounds after it got off the net. And I was surprised Virgil Gray didn't dive into the stands to catch it.
And then run it back for a touchdown.
Exactly. That's right.
There's nothing you can't expect from that guy. 26 seconds remaining in this ball game. Rattlers, like I said, looking to move to 9-2. First place in the West Division, 3.5 game lead. I like the sound of that.
The quarterback's so beat up he almost fell down by himself that time.
Trips left.
There's no time left on the clock. Why are we playing this? They ran out of time.
Some confusion on the field.
No, they ran out of time. Cleveland ran out of time. Delay a game penalty.
Delay a game penalty on Cleveland. 26 seconds still left, but backs them up by 5 yards. Third and goal from the 19-yard line for Cleveland. 26 seconds left, excuse me. Third and goal from the 19 for the Gladiators. Trips left, Red in motion. Drops, Rocco looking downfield. Finally finds Lewis at the 5-yard line and is pushed out of bounds at about the 3 by Marquise Floyd. That'll stop the clock with 20 seconds remaining.
They're using an awful lot of time, though, Cleveland. They have no chance of getting back in this game. And we will go with about a 2-minute post-game show since we're not going down on the field tonight.
All right, 4th and goal. This could end the game for the Rattlers. Rocco drops, slips a little, still looking, getting pressured, and he is down. Kyle Harrington with the sack, and the Arizona Rattlers offense will take over at the 9-yard line. That will pretty much wrap this baby up.
You know what? Right there showed you what the game was all about. The defensive line controlled the first half, and right there, the last play on offense for Cleveland.
They did it again.
Quarterback gets sacked with defensive pressure.
That defensive pressure has had its spots in this game, and for the most part, they dominated the Cleveland offensive line. 15 seconds left in this ball game. 1st and 10 for the Rattlers, up 63-42. Harrison at quarterback now for Davila. He drops back, looking to pass. He looks, finds Harvey. Out of bounds. Harvey knocked out of bounds at about the 13-yard line of Cleveland.
And that's going to do it right there. Cleveland call a timeout?
I think he went out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
So, nice pass from Harris. Finally gets some action. It hasn't had any since the week 3 at Tulsa. The Rattlers have played close with pretty much everyone since then, but keep coming out on the winning side for the most part. Harris under center, 6 seconds remaining. They're looking to pass again. Harris steps up, gets sacked.
And that's the game. Right there. Oh, it's
Tim Cheatwood on the sack there. 1 second remaining, and I think Cleveland may have taken a timeout. I'm sure they take exception to the Rattlers kind of trying to run up the score here. No. Cleveland coaches are coming on the field. They're saying 1 second left.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see the head coach of Cleveland just shaking his head. He's looking at Kevin Guy and shaking his head.
I think since the Rattlers did not pick up positive yardage there, that stopped the clock. So, 1 second remaining. Trevor Harris under center again.
I want to see.
He's going to go forward,
and I want to see the exchange between coaches right here.
That is the ball game. Arizona Rattlers 63, Cleveland Gladiators 42.
Maybe we'll see a punch thrown.
Rattlers move to 9-2. A pretty graceful and peaceful handshake between Kevin Guy and Coach Dunn.
All right, well, let's wrap it up here. Another good win for the Rattlers, winning this one 63-42. You know what, though? This game was a lot closer, really, than that 21 points, and that, it got as low as 7 points in between them. Good game, 9-2. Not the best played game by the Arizona Rattlers. They committed many penalties. They look, they didn't look like a 9-2 team tonight.
No, they didn't. They definitely didn't play their best game that they could. But you look at the score, and Cleveland came in with the #1 scoring defense, and the Rattlers put up 63 points on them. So you look there, the offense had a decent game. The defense, they did what they had to do. They got some stops at the end to create the separation, and the Rattlers win by 21.
All right, well, that's it for us from here. Cameron, thanks so much for sitting in for Andrew the Hammer Nordmeyer tonight. Appreciate your work, and if the Hammer ever wants to go to Hawaii again or take off, we'll be more than happy to have you in here.
All right, perfect. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be looking to talk to you on the blog, receiving your questions here every week. Remember, Rattler fans, during the every home game, Cameron runs his blog every game.
Yep.
And for every home game, he actually relays questions here to me via texting me, which I'll read on the air. But appreciate the help tonight, filling in, and did a good job, man.
Thank you so much. Please check out the blog, www.snakepitblog.com. We're always looking for more people to read our stuff. So,
and that's it from here. We shall see you next home game here on Pro Sports Broadcasting, which will be Saturday, June 11th, 7 p.m. versus Iowa.
Iowa Barnstormers right here in the Snake Pit.
So long, everybody.
So long.